Welcome back to the Demon Slayer Gamer channel. Today we're going to be continuing our Final Fantasy XIV Dungeon Guide series. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Aery. Starting this one off with the trash pools, they are divided into two separate pools with two groups in each pool. The pools are kind of long though, so if you wanted to take them individually you could. For them there will be several AoEs that you'll have to keep an eye out for, but this first two units can be pulled together with the next group of three. Throw a few of your ranged abilities at them to make sure that you're maintaining aggro as you're running. An easy way to do this is if you jump and use your ranged ability at the same time, your character will spin and use the ability, but you can turn your camera back and continue running without having to fully get turned and start running the other direction. Occasionally there will be lightning bolts that strike onto the ground. It's just another AoE that you'll have to dodge. Usually pull on top of the sprites as they're a ranged unit, so they're not going to come to you, so go to them. Rangda is the first boss. There will be a few abilities to watch out for. He does have a frontal lightning breath that you will want to turn him away from the party for. When he starts casting electric Cachizia, I hope I said that right, you want to move under the boss. He does a AoE on everywhere except underneath him. Isonuffic Spear is the next ability, which will cause AoEs to spawn under your party members. When he casts Prey on a party member, it will link the party member to the boss. That party member needs to move to one of the totems around the room to pass the ability to it. Otherwise, they will get hit with a large lightning bolt and most likely die. He will occasionally shoot out random lightning bolts that will push you back. You'll just need to reposition after this to make sure that you're under him for the next ability. When he spawns an ad, you'll want to just pick it up and then kill the ad, focus it down. It can cast heavy, so it will cause you to move a lot more slowly whenever you're trying to get away from the Prey ability. As you can see, I took a Prey there that dealt half my HP as the tank, so for other party members it pretty much will destroy them. Now, he did target me with all the praise in this fight, but that is not normally the case. Proceed on to the next area, falling down this big hole. Now for the next area there will be many dragon ads, and dragons will occasionally spawn and spit fire across the platform. You can wait for them to spit the fire so that you're not damaged by it, but it's not really a concern. They don't do a lot of damage. The sleeping dragons, slumbering dragons, do not need to be pulled. You can actually leave them there. So I actually make it a bit harder than it needs to be by pulling all of these together. Once you get to the third platform, then a dragon will actually come from the sky. If you pull a large group like this, there will be many AoEs that you will constantly be having to dodge. So just keep that in mind. If you have a white mage healer that can spam these AoE stun, then it really helps you out, but once those are dead, you'll be able to proceed on. Again, you do not need to pull these slumbering dragons that are in here, you can just pull the broodlings. For the second boss, he will spit out poison across the room occasionally. That will do a poison cloud. You do not want to stand in this, and everyone that is up will buff his damage. There will be an ad that spawns that will absorb the poison, but if he absorbs 4 of them, he explodes, dealing massive damage. So you want to allow the ad to absorb 2 to 3 of them and then kill him. Usually we start hitting him when he's going towards the third one, and that way you can finish killing him by the time he just finishes absorbing the third one. So allow the mustard gas ad to absorb 2 of the ads, then mark it for the party to start focusing on it. And by the time they kill it, it will most likely absorb the third one. This is the way to reduce the most amount of damage being dealt to you at one time. The boss does do a body slam AoE, which will be a large circle around him that you will need to move away from. Your party will have to dodge the AoEs that are being caused from the poison spew Fall of Man. Now, for the ads in the next area, you have to take them group by group, because as each group dies, it opens up a passageway to the next area. So just pull them all together, AoE them down. There will be a couple AoEs to watch out for like normal. Most of them are cone abilities. Then you'll run up the pillar. As you proceed to this next area, 2 more pillars will fall. Just move around those. Pick up this ad and proceed on to the other one. If you remember this ad from one of the bosses in a previous dungeon that we covered, then you'll know that all of his abilities are untelevised, so just keep an eye on what he is doing. And you'll proceed up the pillar here. Now in the last area, there will be a few enemies, and then a gauntlet type group of enemies that will spawn as you kill the others. Beginning, it'll just be 1 Drake that has a decent amount of HP, then 2 lesser ones will spawn that have hardly any HP, followed by 2 of the other ones. And then 6 of the lesser ones. And this will open up the area for the last boss. Now, for Needhog, the main objective is to kill him while keeping Estinine alive. So make sure that you are facing the boss away from him, and none of your party members should be standing next to him for the first phase. He does have a frontal fire breath like all dragons, so make sure he's facing away from the party. He will cast Scarlet Price, which will do a AoE where a party member is standing. You can move from where this location is to avoid getting hit by it. After this, the flaming spheres that are left behind will run across the room after a party member, so you'll just dodge out of those line AoEs. The Deafening Roar is a AoE that cannot be avoided and will just need to be healed through. When a member is targeted, it will spawn a Sable Price under them, which will lift them up, preventing them from doing anything, so your party will want to focus them down. As the tank, you probably don't want to turn the boss to them, like I did right there, causing them to get hit by the fire breath, but if they're not low on HP, it shouldn't kill them. The next Scarlet Price will have 3 fireballs that will need to be avoided. Once Nidhogg gets down to 25% HP, he will fly out of the fight and start summoning ads that will try to kill Estinine. So as the ads spawn, you'll just want to pick them up. The Leech Drake and the Leech Tail are the ones that begin. The Leech Tail will run for Estinine, and it's really hard to tank him, so you'll actually want to kill those first. Estinine is healable, so your healer can heal him to keep him alive. After the 3 Leech Tails, one of the large drakes will spawn, where in the center of the room where Nidhogg was. You can pick him up and tank him away from Estinine, that's to not cause damage to him. The next Drake will actually spawn right on top of Estinine and start casting AoEs. So you'll want to kill this one as fast as possible. It can be stunned to interrupt the cast of Rhymereek though. After this, Estinine will summon an AoE protection sphere that you'll need to get in to avoid being one-shot by Nidhogg's Massacre ability. After which Nidhogg will appear in the middle of the arena again, and you'll go back to a normal fight between you and him. You should cast the Sable Price around this time again. But that should be it for the Aery. Thank you all for watching. I hope to help a few of you out. If it did, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you on the next one.